Papers, papers, papers. Do you have your papers? That's what this country's coming to. And it's proof with Maricopa County and Sheriff Joe. You know, whatever bullshit law he wants to enforce, he's going to enforce it. When it comes to real crime, he's going to run from it. You know, I catch a lot of grief on YouTube when people give me hell for giving Sheriff Joe hell. And there's I brush off because it's bullshit. But Sheriff Joe does everything to prove me right. When they called him a racist because he's going after illegal immigrants. Well, you know, I don't give a shit about illegal immigrants. I can care less about them. As far as I'm concerned, hell, he ought to go for a new job. Instead of being a sheriff, he should go work for ICE and start rounding up illegals as a full-time job. At least I will understand him there. But that's why they got a federal agency to handle such situations. But that's not his job. Just like this little Mexican girl, Jennifer, or I think she's Mexican, she was all for it when that little vendor, that little food vendor, had this. When they thought they were getting on their case for not having one of these. Well, see, one of the things as citizens is you have the right to buy food wherever you want and from whom you want. And if you're smart, you will ask to see their health food inspection papers. If they don't have it, you don't have to stop there. You don't have to buy food from. You don't have to do shit. And his little food inspector waited hours, many hours, to inspect the cart. Well, she did make one discovery. The mayonnaise was hot, 101 degrees. Well, bright girl, what do you expect? Arizona is a very, very hot state, especially in the summertime, especially this time of year. Between I'll say late May to late September, it gets real hot down there. Sometimes 114, 115 degrees in the shade. I've been there. But when you have a thing of mayonnaise sitting on top of the cart, not in the cooler, but on the top of the cart, yeah, those temperatures are going to go skyrocketing. But that wasn't the complaint. When that food cart vendor refused to answer the officer's questions, he himself invoked the very laws that those officers should have been enforcing. When the man invoked his 4th and 5th Amendment right not to be questioned any further by the officers without charge. He says, look, I don't have to answer you. Go on. He didn't lie to him. That's exactly what he was supposed to do. The only thing they asked for was he a legal food cart vendor. When he showed his paperwork, should have been in the store. They shouldn't even ask him about his nationality. What if he was black? What if he was white? What if he was a Polak or Canadian? Would they have asked him? Hell no. They just looked at his paperwork over, you know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, go on about your business. And besides, it wasn't the deputy's business to be doing that anyway. That's why they got food inspectors. They wear a badge too. Now, if they needed backup from the officers, I can understand. But to my looking at that video, there was no food inspector till way late. And it was at night. Hours. Probably when the video was taken, probably about 5 or 6. It was probably after 8 or 9. When that food inspector showed up. And what did they do? Naturally, she was going to put her thermometer in mayonnaise that was sitting on top of a hot cart. There was 11 of them out there. Who knows who was what? And yeah, the corn was found in ice. And the very stupid allegations Sheriff Joe made that we got it on our intelligence. They get their corn from drop houses. You think they were talking about illegal drugs, but they weren't. Sheriff Joe's motivations are clear. He's sagging on everything, so he picks the one sticking point people hate. And I agree. Nobody likes illegal immigrants. They don't like them. They accuse them of taking jobs, doing this, doing that, doing everything, being diseased. Yeah, They need to run his ass off. But that's what they got SLED. They got other government agencies when they should be doing their jobs. When the food inspector's out there, that's when they ask for your papers, not your immigration status. And oh, by the way, there's a guy out there by the name of Nerd Nouveau 1965. Since you're a big supporter of Sheriff Joe, just remember, if you don't have your papers, you don't have your national ID, and you don't have your papers on you, you're probably going to be the next little faggot going to jail. And then you can be that bad guy that I will be defending. So Nerdvo 1965, remember to always make sure your papers, your national ID and your papers are always there, or you yourself are going to be treated like the criminal you like to profess you're not. Think about that one.